The quartering reaction to the racist measures. I know what the quartering's reaction is. All right, yeah, okay. I'll listen to a second.
And to be honest with you, I don't even think you could really call any of these.
Oh my god. This is what we were looking at. Ayo Kenobi, you ain't finna run forever, white boy. You've been converted to St. George of Floydium. How does an alien know eubonics? Finish the statement, quartering. Come on. Come on. You're jumping. You're up in the air. Lay at the slam dunk.
I mean, you have to really stretch to call any of these racist.
And he gets it. Yes. From mid-court, the man leaps. He's got the N-word on his screen when he says this.
This one definitely, the first one definitely isn't.
Oh, okay.
Calling someone a diversity hire. Yeah, you could probably argue that that's fringe.
Really? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Quartering. Yeah, maybe. Just accusing any minority of being unloved, terrible, and a diversity hire. You know, possibly. You know, I guess you could argue that might be racist.
You know, like, that's saying that you're only hired for this color of your skin. But I mean, we know that Disney does this. This is something that they openly say they do.
They don't say they do that. So he's just making that up. Again, conservatives always have the self-justifying mechanisms. Whenever they see racism, they always have some way of excusing it. So even just flatly racist shit, they can look at and go, well, oh yeah, well, the thing they're saying is true. It's not, but they'll say it is, you know?
I mean, it is a mean thing to say, okay? This one, not racist.
Operation Get Behind the Darkies is real. Diversity hire human shield. All right?
Poorly worded, but, you know, whatever.
And you see this DM where they called her an N-word was poorly worded. N-word is, after all, just a synonym for black. So really, they were just calling her black, which is true. She is black, and, you know, it's just a word choice, but...
This one, again, written like a 12-year-old.
No lie.
You know, how many of these are English-speaking first language people even?
What? Maybe the racism was an accident because it came from a fucking Mexican? What? It came from an Italian. It came from an Italian. ESL wanted to be way more racist. Way more racist than it actually came off. But they failed because they don't know English that well. You know?
And you're talking about how many thousands of messages did she have to go through to find these 4? Again. Wrong?
So no amount would have been enough. She could have put out 20 and it would have been like, oh, just 20? It could have been 100. Oh, just 100? You know?
Dumb. Childish. But are we really going to launch 1 million articles? And the problem is these messages, which we don't even know who sent them. We don't have a count.
Well, so I think that the quartering actually brings up a really good point. These DMs aren't the real problem. This video is the problem, right? Like, the DMs themselves might be insubstantial, but if obvious racism is being sent to a black actress, and the response from all of conservative media is to go, actually, no, there isn't. It's not racism, and if it is, it's fine, and it's fine. She's overblowing it, and actually, this is an attack on us. That's the actual issue. See, however many DMs she got, the quartering's got over 1 million subs.
We don't. I mean, for all we know, Disney could have sent them as a part of the messaging, as part of a marketing.
False flag the racism, dude. It was Antifa. It was Antifa. They sent Antifa. the eubonics. This is where conservative media is at.
Campaign. I don't know again how many, when they were sent. There's no date on them. There's no account.
What?
Link to them.
Account link?
And they're not really anything to get worked up about. I mean, I get stuff like this all the time. but they turned it into this marketing campaign, which was really dumb because, like, the show is otherwise, I would argue, at least according to Disney, a huge success. But all people are talking about now is this.
So much for go woke, go broke. Wait, wouldn't that be an indication that their woke messaging strategy ended up doing the opposite of going broke? Do we get to count that as a counterexample? Of course, the go woke, go broke thing was always really dumb because they're constantly accusing Disney, the largest media company in the history of the planet, of going woke and on the brink of collapse. And they just keep being the largest media company in history. Like how Captain Marvel made over $1 billion with Brie Larson. Yeah, the quartering was so obsessed with Brie Larson, was sending out so many messages, so many videos about how it was failing and everyone hated it and it's woke and it's SJW and it's bullshit, that I actually thought that the movie failed. I assumed that Captain Marvel failed. But it didn't. Like, at all. Yeah, $1 billion. When was the, hold on, Captain Marvel money, revenue, whatever. Captain Marvel, box office mojo. Yeah, worldwide, $1.1 billion. I didn't even realize it, but remember when they said go woke, go broke for fucking Mad Max Fury Road? And why'd they hate it? They hated it because there was a goddamn woman as the main character. I'd say the main character. Mad Max was the perspective character, you know. Yeah. Furiosa was the main character.